Tonight, deputies are still searching for a man who stabbed and seriously hurt a park ranger at a state park this morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Sam Shocker. All day, police and deputies have been combing the mountains just west of Denver at Staunton State Park. 9 News reporter Jeremy Hahola has been covering this incident all day and brings us the very latest on scene from Jefferson County.
Yeah, hi there, Sam. We're about 5 miles west of Conifer here at the state park, where a man remains on the run somewhere out there in this forest. In the meantime, a park ranger has undergone surgery after being stabbed around 9:30 this morning while out on the job. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office tells us the ranger was patrolling in an area known as the Staunton Rocks when he encountered the suspect. The ranger is the type of ranger who does not carry a gun, but does have the ability to write citations. At this point, it is unknown what led up to the violent altercation, but a man stabbed the ranger and then ran off into the trees. Medical crews airlifted the ranger to a nearby hospital as deputies started searching for the suspect from the air and on the ground. And then a reverse 911 call went out to about 8,000 homes, warning people about a loose, dangerous suspect. Here's what the sheriff's office has to say about the ranger and that suspect.
He's been through surgery and he's doing pretty well. These are serious injuries. He was attacked with a knife, and the suspect that we're looking for is wanted for attempted murder. So this could not be more serious than it is.
The ranger is expected to recover, and at last check, the sheriff's office says they are interviewing 2 people who are people of interest, but they are not going into detail about that. The sheriff's office says the park will remain closed indefinitely. They haven't said exactly when the park will reopen up. In the meantime, this manhunt continues through this afternoon. Live in Staunton State Park, Jeremy Hahola, 9 News.
What an area to have to search for someone like this, and yet also kind of a really vague description of the suspect. So they got a lot on their plates right now, Jeremy.
It's a large area to search. They're searching by fixed wing and by drones too, so they're out there.
Okay, thank you so much.
New video obtained by our 9 News Investigates team shows the moment a man stole a police car and led police on a chase this morning. It began when a man broke into a home in Aurora and apparently tried to steal a truck. Cameras captured everything that happened, including the moment the officer learned what had happened. Kevin Vaughn from 9 News Investigates spoke to the man who captured everything. Kevin.
Sam, it was a doorbell camera that recorded the whole incident, and that may prove to be very powerful evidence if this case ends up in a courtroom.
Somebody rang the doorbell. So basically I opened my app to see who it was, and guy just basically took off to the side. Basically, like I'm telling you, a little shooken up because obviously not something that you would expect to happen, especially on a Tuesday morning.
Victor Garcia was at work, and he watched what happened unfold on his phone. That man entered his empty home through a dog door, grabbed his car keys, and left through the front door, then tried to steal one truck and then another. Garcia's wife, alerted by her phone, raced home.
What are you doing?
The man walked away. A short time later, as an Aurora officer investigated, he saw the man get into his Tahoe, get into his car, and speed off.
Can you take my car?
No, it's okay. Well, that's embarrassing.
For Garcia, a different emotion, shock.
Yeah, especially like I'm telling you, so bright early in the morning, and obviously this is a pretty quiet neighborhood.
The pursuit of that police car ended after a supervisor rammed the stolen Tahoe at East Alameda and South Airport. In the last hour, Aurora police identified the man as Brian Reyes Bernal. He faces charges including aggravated auto theft, eluding, burglary, and hit and run. Both Reyes Bernal and the officer who crashed into him were treated for minor injuries and released. Live in the newsroom, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
Kevin, very brazen. I have to ask though, do police know how this happened? Did the officer leave his keys in the car?
So Sam, police cars are equipped with a device that lets an officer pull the key out, it leaves the engine running, and the car is not supposed to be able to be stolen at that point. They're looking today at whether that device malfunctioned or was turned off. They don't know, but the officer had his keys in his pocket when his car was taken.
Interesting. Wow. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that was all caught on camera. Kevin Vaughn, thank you.
Okay, stop us if you've heard this before. It's hot out today. Hot. We've been
Repeat.
saying that pretty much since June. Another day with a high in the 90s. We're almost through this stretch, though. Then a cool down arrives at the end of the week. Then we'll be saying, oh no, it's too soon, Kathy.
I know, I was telling Sam last hour, Kim, it actually looks like a preview of fall coming up over the weekend. I know, I have temperatures in the 70s, which some of us are ready for, but maybe the rain showers with your outdoor plans, that may be a timing thing for you. So today is a warm summer day with temperatures back in the 90s. Right now we have 87 at the studios, 88 at DIA, 93 in Lamar, 98 in Grand Junction. The wind has been picking up as well out of the south and southeast, so pretty gusty from Monument Hill to Centennial out to the Watkins area and up toward Broomfield. We're tracking a little bit of thunderstorm activity south of us. Down in the El Paso County area, we had a storm drop 1 to 3 inches of rain in about an hour's time, prompting a flash flood warning. And just north of the Monument area, we have a rain report in now near Woodmore, 3.43 inches of rain from that line of storms, which is tracking toward the southeast, extending through Fountain, Florence, and just to the south of Colorado Springs. So here in Denver, we can't buy a raindrop. Temperatures in the 80s now will stay in the mid 80s through the dinner hour. And coming up, we'll check the radar one more time. We could use some cooler weather and we could use some rain. Tomorrow and Thursday, we're headed into record territory. So the timing and impact of these bigger weather changes is coming up.
Kathy, thank you. All this heat will likely spell bad news for firefighters out west. The Forest Service is warning about the Derby fire possibly growing. It's currently estimated at 50 acres in size out in northwest Eagle County. A pre-evacuation notice is in place as a precaution, but right now, no structures are threatened.
A crash earlier this afternoon caused a big backup on 6th Avenue in both directions. Denver police say a box truck tried to avoid a crash, hit the median, collided with another car going the other way. Right now, one lane is open eastbound, 2 lanes are open westbound. Officers are trying to clear that scene. It was a real mess this afternoon. Crash is still under investigation.
Denver's police chief is defending a controversial plan that would let some officers accused of minor violations avoid formal discipline like write-ups and instead get extra training. The proposal is called Education-Based Discipline, or EBD for short. The proposal presentation came amid criticism from the department's watchdog. DPD Chief Ron Thomas told city council members the proposal is meant to speed up lengthy internal investigations and help change behavior. But city council members and the independent monitor raised concerns about what qualifies as minor in terms of a violation and whether the draft policy guarantees real accountability. Some officials say they're still not on the same page, and the watchdog says she hadn't seen many of the details until now.
There is no agreement as to what qualifies as a low-level offense between the DPD investigators and the monitor's office.
Y'all are on different pages, and I don't think this is cooked.
The draft of the policy is now publicly available. There will be more information on our website about the disciplinary process with EBD.
Thousands of students are finding their new homes in Fort Collins, a new beginning, big life changes. Colorado State University is welcoming more than 6,500 new students to campus today and tomorrow. CU says this new first-year class is expected to include the highest number of in-state students in a decade. And there's some new changes. The Durward Hall is reopening after undergoing a year-long renovation. There's also going to be food delivery robots on campus. That's always popular, but fraught with a few issues. This week also includes the RAM Welcome to help students feel at home.
I think days like this are so important because this is the beginning of that chapter, and how we support students and families on these days helps impact how that year goes.
It's true. Move-in matters. Make everybody feel good. Send mom and dad home feeling like it's good at CSU. And everybody says, what's your major? What's your major? Where do you live? Classes begin next Monday.
I love that. Well, Denver Public Schools is looking to recover from attendance dips that leaders say they've been seeing since COVID. DPS says chronic absenteeism has really been a problem. That's when a student misses 10% of their or more of their time in school. DPS says if they're missing that much class, they're not only losing out on the classroom time, but also the social and emotional development that comes with it. Dr. Corey Canty with DPS says they're working more closely with schools, families, and community partners to incentivize students to go to school and figure out the root cause if they're not.
We are doing big emphasis on positives, positive engagement, positive communications. We're no longer thinking of attendance as a punitive or a reactive measure. We want students to be in our schools. We want to support the students.
Canty says there isn't one reason DPS can point to for the new pattern since COVID, but there have been more students taking mental health days.